welcome to this week's episode of NBA 2K TV. We've been checking out your plays, and they're bringing it on the 2K courts.
Well, it takes a team to get the numbers out there, and we like rewarding unselfish play. So to start us off, we pulled together another installment of Your Top Assists. Here's Scott Moak with the call.
There's no better time than when it's time for top plays. This is Scott Moak, public address announcer for your Sacramento Kings. And it's starting to warm up thanks to you sharing the ball and your submissions. Let's take a look at your State Farm top assists. Let's start with Fastlane Van in the wreck. Count the crossovers with me here. 1.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Welcome and happy holidays from and the Clippers starting five. George and Leonard are the forwards. Powell is out there with Harden, and it's Plumlee in at the 5 down low. And for Phoenix, Bottoms is out there with Durant. Then there's Jusuf Nurkic. Then there's Gordon, and it's Booker in at the point guard position. Getting closer to the midpoint of the season, Brent, what should coaches be thinking about at this time of the year?
Well, this is a time when teams can start to lose a little bit of focus. So how does a coach keep the team fresh? Looking at different ways in which you might involve a different play, a different scheme. That helps the players kind of revolve around new ideas.
Fires from 18. That one good for 2.
Well, that was just a quick lance from KD. He looks at the defense and makes the play.
Nobody near Leonard. And he's good on the 3 ball.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Here's Nurkic. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Working his way for a high percentage look. That's just smart basketball.
Man, that's a painted possession right there, a masterpiece, especially when the defense is not a factor.
Now, here is George. Coming off a solid outing against Miami.
Durant covering a lot of territory with his length.
He kicks it to Booker. Back to Durant. Nurkic, the pass to Bottoms. It's good.
That's 3 straight shots to fall here to start. Looking good.
Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. So, Greg, when you think about the Phoenix Suns, what do you think fuels them the most?
Kevin, I mean, the fact that they had a 2-0 lead in the 21 NBA Finals and lost. This team is really battling to get back to that stage. And if they do, they want to take care of business this time.
Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
They can't miss. 4 for 4 and warming up the burners.
The Clippers have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. To the inside. And then Leonard with the dunk.
And we love it when Kawhi takes it over into his own hands. What a special player.
To the paint. Here's Nurkic. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Nurkic has got his second basket.
Impressive start here. That's 5 straight makes to start the game.
Powell, the pass to Plumlee. He dishes it to George. 3-pointer. Phoenix grabs the miss. Fresh from a win against Portland.
And in that one, the backups came to play. Gave the team an infusion of points that just put them over the top.
Well, I talked to the assistant coaching staff. What they were stoked about is that the bench guys came in and played well. So punch off the bench, a big factor in that win.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
Yeah, I think they prepared to face more defensive pressure. And that one didn't happen. And boy, they just rolled.
It took just a little bit of time, but once they figured out the D on that night, man, their offense was rolling.
Now, here's George. He's one of the better scorers in the league, averaging almost 25 points a game. Durant with some nice D. Here's the Suns with the ball. They've outscored him 10 points to 2 during this run. KD on the wing. And the shot is good. KD's got his second bucket of the night.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
From deep, Harden. And the rebound by Nurkic. Phoenix leading by 9. Gordon, the pass to Bottoms. And the Clippers, one of the more efficient three-point shooting teams, Greg, in the NBA.
And Kevin, really over the last decade, that's been one of their most consistent traits. And it's not just because of talent. They're smart about the shots they take.
And the Clippers making a change here. Zubac is checked in. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure. And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Green comes in for Yusuf Nurkic. And Paul subbed in for Eric Gordon. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Westbrook's checked in. Here's Durant on target from 13 feet. KD's got 6.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Over to the left wing. Here's Westbrook. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Chris Paul picks up that one. So, Brent, thinking back to the 2020 bubble.
Substitution on the court.
You've got Yusuf Nurkic, Booker out there with Gordon, and there's Bottoms, and it's KD in at the 3 spot. That's who's out there for Phoenix. Now, here is George. Scoreless thus far. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
On the glass, Leonard can be lethal. You have to work extra hard to get him out of the lane.
Inside, ball's knocked loose, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. And Booker kicks to Durant. Here's Bottoms.
Supreme effort there. Plumlee able to get up into the shooter's face and alter that shot attempt.
It's Powell on the wing. Here's Leonard. The shot goes down and he gets this game back to even. He's got 9.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
To the middle. Here's Gordon, and he's on the money with his first shot today.
Great finish from Gordon in traffic. You like to see the smaller guys operate down low as long as they're patient.
Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? There's Bottoms outside for Durant. There's Gordon with the 3. Here's Nurkic. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
Yeah, when Nurkic goes across the lane there, hard to get him out of the way, and he collects the offensive rebound.
And the pass to Plumlee on the wing. Harden. And stolen by Booker. Here's KD. Again, Phoenix.
And that's the shot that makes Kevin Durant. He's so special from the mid-range.
KD against George. Kicks it out to Leonard. The shot's good on the assist by George. Leonard's got 7 points for the quarter.
Yeah, draw the D in, kick it out for the open shot. That's taking a page straight out of your textbook. Well done.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Bottoms in that last game against the Blazers really contributed. He ended up with 8 points and made everyone around him better with his passing, with a whole lot of assists. Yet another outstanding game for him. He's playing with a ton of confidence and dominating as a result. Guys?
David, we appreciate the update. Greg, he was sensational the other night, making play after play after play.
And that's what you want. Not only was the effort there, but how about the production as well?
Well, he can do a lot of different things, so he falls into these different roles. Which will it be tonight?
Go into the rack with energy and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire.
From deep, Harden. They get it back. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for the Phoenix Suns. They've led by as many as 11 points. And the foul call on Kawhi Leonard. That's foul number 2 for him. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Bottoms the pass to Booker. Knocked loose. Just 5 to shoot. That's a 2 from Gordon, and it's Phoenix scoring again.
When you run the pick and roll like they did right there, it's a thing of beauty as Eric Gordon really gets the best look at the rim on the play.
Harden the pass to Leonard. Back to Harden. Booker pulls it in. Phoenix leading by 5. And you talk about explosive scoring. Wow, Devin Booker, Brent, one of the most explosive players of all time.
So awesome to watch him when he gets rolling, Kevin, and that can happen in like 3 seconds. He's got such a great flow and control of what he can do offensively.
And there it is for
assist from. And honestly, that was a great effort defensively, but Harden just with that unique ability to get his shot off under any circumstances.
Now here's Gordon. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Score of the basket is third after 5 shots.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Los Angeles calls time. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly.
That's the end of the first half with the score. Your Suns 52. The Clippers 49.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him. Really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. George and Leonard are the forwards. Norman Powell is out there with Harden. And it's Plumlee in at the center, locking down the middle. Now Booker. James Harden missing on the 3. And it's blocked. And they're able to recover. Clippers trailed by 7. Powell kicks to Harden. Pass to Leonard. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got his 3rd assist on the night.
And a little BUMP. Leonard says, that doesn't bother me whatsoever. So poised.
Hits. Caught that one from Nurkic.
You can tell right now the teammates are scanning the floor to find him and feed him. Why not? He's on it right now.
Now here's Leonard. 14 points for him. That shot wide open. Leonard's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, that's a shot most guys are just not even going to take. But Leonard is confident in that.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And Brent, as someone who's been around the game your entire life, what advice do you give young, aspiring players?
Well, I think the biggest thing for me, Kevin, is to find the correct mentorship to where it is that you want to go. If you can find a player that's proven himself, that's about the right things, and you can get access to them, and trust me, they're more than willing to share their knowledge. Go find a great mentor.
Gordon, the pass to Bottoms. And the shot goes in. Bottoms got 10 points.
And whatever intensity was lacking there in the first half, you're seeing it on display here now.
You asked for those hustle plays earlier in the game. We're seeing them now.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Nurkic, the rebound by Harden. Clippers trailed by 5, and he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a breakdown.
Little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, the Clippers have their sights set high. Coach Tyronn Lue says this is definitely a championship team. It's not going to just come. We've got to put the work in. There's got to be a lot of sacrifices. If we come together and do the right things, we definitely have a chance. Kevin, back to you.
And David, he's a big reason why. Thanks so much.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Powell finds George. Again, the Clippers.
Well, you got to have just great ball control when you're making a move like that, and Paul George definitely has the handle.
And load management, a term, Greg, that's been associated with the Clippers.
And Kawhi rightfully managing his return from ACL injury with care. It's harder to build chemistry when guys are out, but it's all about staying healthy for the postseason.
Leonard, a 3-level scorer as well as an offensive anchor for this team.
And the Suns call time here. A two-time Finals MVP, Kawhi Leonard. And Brent, he's shown he can dominate at the highest of levels.
And when he dominates every facet of the game at his peak. Kawhi is one of the most impactful players this game has ever seen.
Eubanks, he's checked in for Nurkic. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. KD against Leonard. And the Suns miss again.
Yeah, it's pretty much the only way to keep him from taking advantage of you down low. You got to play tough, physical defense. Man, I thought he was making that in so close. That's some aggressive defense.
Adams can't get it to go. Clippers trailed by 3. Outside Leonard. Pass to Zubac. It's Powell on the wing. And they're unable to get the time basket there. Down low, Paul George with the steal. From 20 feet out, Los Angeles with another miss.
Well, his shots aren't dropping. They haven't been able to keep pace, but they trust him enough to keep going to him, see if he can find it.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
George looking over the floor. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Oh, nice work finding the open man by George. Plays like this prove he's a team player.
Here's Eubanks. Passes it to Bottoms. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Good job to recognize the opportunity. That's just very solid offense.
Los Angeles calls timeout. A big routine. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Durant is out there with Bottoms. Then there's Gordon. Then there's Devin Booker. And it's Nurkic in at the center. Who's out there for Phoenix. Clippers trailed by 14. Here's Harden on the wing. Leonard on the wing. The 3. It's good. The assist that time from Harden.
3-point field goal.
Harden's got assist number 7 for him tonight. Here's Bottoms. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound. Leonard's got his 5th rebound in this one. Outside, George. He feeds it to Plumlee. Kicks it out to Leonard. And here's George. 6 on the shot clock. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. 3 on 3. Kicks it out to Booker. Ring shot on the way. It's good for his 8th consecutive basket in only 8 tries. Wow.
And Booker just keeps taking him. He's a scoring machine.
Here's Leonard. Lays it up off the glass.
Leonard.
Leonard's got 26.
Playing from behind right here, not easy, but he is answering the bell.
Yeah, doing anything he can right now to get his team to cut into this lead and give them a chance. Defense shaking their heads, no idea how to stop him in this quarter. He's got him on the ropes.
And stolen by Gordon. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5-for-8 clip. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for the Suns.
I like their defense tonight, and we don't talk about that side of the ball enough. You can really change a game when you get a bunch of steals and get out in transition.
And there's been another bonus to what's happened with them tonight, and that's the offensive rebounding. They're boxing out, they're getting up extra shots. That could be a difference maker in the result.
Los Angeles with another miss.
This has not been a good quarter right here. Shot has been off the mark, and now it looks, Kevin, like he's pressing a bit.
Booker the pass to Bottoms. Back to Booker. Wow, that makes him a perfect 10 for 10. Double-digit perfection.
Now, finishes like that are pretty impressive from Devin Booker, who we know is a great outside shooter.
And the Clippers call time here. Gotta like what Devin Booker is doing in this one.
And he has absolutely worn them out in the paint. They need to come up with a plan to limit his touches in the interior.
And now, a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Devin Booker.
And his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. Connects in the foul line jumper. Booker's got 17 points here in the second half.
And just lethal as a scorer from all over the floor. Mid-range is in the range for Devin Booker.
Here's Leonard. The stupendous finish in traffic. And the Suns call time. They're leading by 17. We've got 1:48 left to play here in the fourth.
Phoenix, get on your feet and give a warm welcome to your Suns dancer.
To the middle. Nurkic the best to Bottoms. Leonard with the steal. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Suns. And so it's Durant with it. He'll bring it up for Phoenix. Booker looking around. Shoots from the line, and he hits the jump shot. Booker's got 26 points.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Suns.
They really had it going, guys. Their offense propelled them.
In this case, it was the higher shooting percentage that made the difference and earned them the W.
And so taking a look at their record, a nice milestone they'll be picking up tonight. 50 wins on the year now.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Devin Booker.
Just really loved his activity level here tonight. Constantly mixed it up, and he threw himself into a lot of plays.
And it's slammed in by Plumlee.
And it felt like Powell had the shot, but good job of feeding the open man.
Outside Gordon. The pass to Bottoms. Gordon against Powell. Pass to Booker. The three. Buries it from three-point range. Booker's got 31 points.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control. Well, he's a guy they count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
KD passes to Nurkic. Yes, that goes in.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on, and that can always help. That home advantage of home fans getting you going, fully on display here.
And so it's Phoenix easily grabbing this one. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
When's he gonna lose? How much more is he gonna do?
Next play is from Fish in the wreck. Shows the back down, then slings the ball to the corner jumper. That behind the back shove.
Up next, Happy Friday night, everyone. So a look at our starters for the Heat. On the wing, it'll be Robinson and Butler. Then it's Delon Wright. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Jovic in at the 4 slot. And for the Suns, Eric Gordon is out there with Devin Booker. Then it's Yusuf Nurkic. Then there's Kevin Durant. And it's Bottoms in at the 4. But Grant, when you look at these teams, both very scrappy. They're really getting after it on defense right now.
And I love it. I mean, it's actually really refreshing to see. Being that the league has shifted more to being offensive oriented, this matchup has a bit of an old school feel to it. So you know I like that. This is going to be fun. That was a good call. The defense wasn't established.
Here's Durant. Banked it in off the glass.
Laser focus from Durant. Nothing comes between him and the bucket.
Booker against Wright. Pass to Adebayo. Throws it up high. And it's Butler with the jam.
Just a ferocious finish. Butler is a force out there. I mean, he really plays with a big chip on his shoulder.
Booker, good.
Just taking it right to the rim. And no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Now here's Butler. He's been an important part of this offense, averaging around 22 points a game. Good on the shot.
And with a strong physical profile, Adebayo is willing to battle, always on the interior.
To the inside, Nurkic. And Nurkic throws it down.
Love to see him inside passing like this, as well as guys being on the same page.
And one thing that makes Devin Booker so dangerous as a scorer, his ability to create for others, Richard.
Yeah, you have to respect his passing, which prevents the defense from loading up against him. In fact, coming into the league, some scouts liked him as a point guard.
To the middle, Nurkic. Perfect pass to set up the lay-in. Nurkic has got his second basket of the night.
And how great are they playing? 4 for 4 shooting to start this one.
Right with the ball. Nurkic picks him up. Pass to Jovic. The 3 is up. Offensive rebound. And finished off by Adebayo.
From role player to all-star, Adebayo has made the leap. Why? Effort plays like that.
Inside, Booker. Soft touch off the glass. Booker's gotten his second bucket.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Back to Robinson. Nurkic with some nice D. And Gordon has got the ball here for the Phoenix. On the wing, Durant. Back to Booker. Here's Bottoms. Playing the Clippers, he was nearly unstoppable. Yes, and it's Booker with the setup.
Their offense is really humming right now, and it's because of the beautiful ball distribution.
Pass to Adebayo. And here's Wright. Booker defending. Puts up the 8-footer. No good off the back of the rim. The Suns have got all 6 shots to fall in the first. Now here's Nurkic. The D's right on him. Can't get it to fall.
Had enough room to finish, and that's one he'll usually make.
Now Robinson. Butler up top. Pass to Adebayo. Again, the Heat misses. The Suns leading. Here's Gordon driving to the basket. And Gordon with the big finish.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
Offensive board. Butler with the bucket. Butler's got his 3rd bucket of the night. Phoenix calls timeout. Their last game, a win against the Clippers, looking to carry it into this one.
And in that game, they owned the glass. Most of the second chance opportunities went to them.
And you could tell it was demoralizing.
The Heat shooting at 45% of the game so far. And Grant, the resiliency and determination of the Heat, not to be underestimated.
Well, B.A., last season became just the 2nd, 8th seed in NBA history to advance to the finals. And Jimmy Butler said it. We don't care if you pick us to win. We never have. We never will.
Setting the floor for the Heat. On the wing, it'll be Robinson and Butler. Then there's Josh Richardson. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Jovic in at the power forward position.
Thanks. Bottoms in the last game against the Clippers put on a show. He picked up 18 points, and his assist numbers were unreal, making his teammates very happy. We should have expected a game like that, given his impressive form of late. We'll see if he keeps going tonight. Brian?
Thanks, Allie. Absolutely. He was a one-man show in that one, Grant.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same mentality tonight.
And I'll be interested to see if the opposition looks to double him, because this should open up opportunities for his teammates to get going.
Pass to Adebayo. Robinson against Gordon. Richardson, the pass to Robinson. Just 5 to shoot. Second shot opportunity. Durant pulls it in. And the Suns shooting an efficient 64%. Excellent. And Booker with the jam.
Smart dish by Durant, giving it away to a guy with a quality look.
The Heat have got none of their first 3 shots to fall so far in the second. Pass to Jovic. Here's Butler, guarded by Durant. Here's Jovic, still without a bucket.
Look, the defense was locked in on him there. They know how dangerous he can be, and they guarded him perfectly.
The shot off that time. Good D by Adebayo. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Richardson, the pass to Robinson. Butler with the ball. From the arc. The Suns clear it.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
Pass to Bottoms. To the paint. Outside Durant. From 9 feet. Oh, Durant playing big in the paint.
Soft defense. I mean, they've given up 10 of the last 12 points inside.
Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Time called here. Miami decides to talk it over. Well, Grant, we're at that time of the year where trade rumors start to heat up and speculation on social media runs rampant.
Oh, you're so right. I mean, we're not just talking players, too. A number of coaches are on the hot seat as well, so it can be a bit of a distraction for everyone. And, of course, the only cure is winning.
Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Eubanks.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
And that could be the spark they needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing up.
The Heat have gone 1 for 6 in the second quarter. Not great. Butler passes to Adebayo. And here's Butler. Puts up a three. The three dropped in by Jimmy Butler.
He's shooting well, doing his best to keep this offense in gear, but he hasn't had a lot of support.
Bottoms passes to Durant. And he lays it up and in. Durant's got 4 points now in the quarter.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
Pass to Adebayo. Now Richardson. Back to Robinson. Now Adebayo. Oh, there's the alley. That's good from Robinson on the assist from Adebayo. Robinson's got his first points of the game.
For a center, Adebayo is an excellent passer. He's always so aware of his surroundings.
Here's Booker. Ooh, against inside resistance. Booker still good.
Their defense just falls apart once the ball goes inside.
Durant against Butler. Outside Robinson. The Heat need to get one up in a hurry. And here's Butler outside. Great shot from Butler.
They've got some ground to make up, and shooting the three ball more consistently like they are now should help them do it.
Phoenix calls timeout. You talk about players connected to their cities. Devin Booker is the man in Phoenix, Richard.
Oh, as a Phoenician.
And so it's Phoenix up by a...
That's the end of the first half with the score. Your Suns, 50. The Heat, 42.
And we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball left in this one. Boy, we're seeing a tremendous game from Devin Booker.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
Devin Booker out there with Eric Gordon. Then there's Kevin Durant. Then it's Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Bottoms in at the power forward position. That's the group for Frank Vogel getting going here in the second half. To the left wing. Going inside. Here's Nurkic. The kick to Durant. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
First personal foul.
That's on Jimmy Butler.
Such a skilled, versatile talent. When Durant is focused on scoring, he's hard to guard without fouling.
Well, Grant, the pace that the Heat like to play is a little slower compared to other teams.
Yeah, B.A., more methodical, definitely. They don't just jack up shots and run quick plays. They're very patient, and they look for the best scoring option.
And that's how you lead a team. Literally.
Phoenix has gotten 3 of their 7 threes to find the net in this matchup. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
The Miami Heat are a team of underdogs and overachievers. Their all-star big man, Bam Adebayo, said, quote, "We like guys like that with those stories of I got cut, this and that and the third. You know, blue-collar people that had to work for what they got. And Brian, when you play for the Heat, hard work is what keeps you on the court."
That is the truth. Thanks, Allie. Good stuff. Here's Robinson. Pass to Adebayo. Outside Butler. They shoot again. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. Yusuf Nurkic picks one up.
And at this point of his career, Butler wants to win. And boy, does he ramp up his performance in the playoffs, especially in recent years.
Richardson's checked in for Miami.
And it's a luxury to have a great shooter like him at the line. Very rarely see him miss.
Pass to Booker. Three-pointer. And it's Miami with a rebound.
You Gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
Adebayo, that's good.
And this has been a nice start to the second half. They're 3 out of 4 in a rhythm on the offense right now.
Pass to Bottoms. That one's good. Give the assist to Booker. Booker's got his 4th assist with that last one.
Nice pass. Such a unique talent on both ends. That time, Booker showing us his vision.
Right, the pass to Butler. And again, Miami with a triple.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
Phoenix calls timeout. And the players take this opportunity to get some Gatorade. Getting some fluids in you is so important during these timeouts. Get fresh, keep those batteries charged.
Yeah, without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a ball game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have to be hydrated.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
And his ability to efficiently score, that's really helped him out in this one, putting them ahead on the scoreboard.
You know, there's some great ball handlers in the league today, but maybe not as much as in the past, RJ.
Well, most teams are more focused on ball movement now, BA. Passing is the emphasis, not ISO play. But at the end of the day, you better have a guy late game that can do the ISO work.
Here's Nurkic. Oh, great D that time from Adebayo. Miami trailing. Outside Butler. Wright finds Butler. Butler right to the heart.
A big night for Butler. We've seen him as the guy on a finals team, and Jimmy can definitely carry your offense.
Bottoms passes to Booker. Down low. Bottoms, no good. For Miami, they've gotten 5 of 7 attempts in the third quarter. Richardson. Second chance shot. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't take the lid off. Inside. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call.
And that is it.
Booker against Robinson. Pass to Bottoms. Yes! And it's Booker with the setup. Booker's got 5 assists in the game.
No settling for an outside shot there. They went right to the hoop.
Setting the floor for Miami. They've got Bam Adebayo. Duncan Robinson is out there with Jimmy Butler. And it's Jaquez in at the 3. Robinson in the post. Booker defending. Jovic shot is off.
A perfect example of how to protect the rim.
This is why he's out there in situations like this. He stands tall to prevent points.
I mean, they've been relentless. Just keep getting shots at the rim.
The Heat with the lead. Outside Robinson. Pass to Butler. Oh, Butler getting aggressive.
And this is where Butler wants to attack you. Ground zero.
And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession.
Phoenix ball.
A chance to check out the Phoenix Suns' upcoming schedule. On Sunday, they'll defend home court against the Memphis Grizzlies. And then on Monday, they'll be playing against James Harden and the Los Angeles Clippers.
Some might look at this schedule and already mark off how many wins they'll get. But I think that's a mistake. You can never take a night off in the NBA. Even the ones you think will be easy are tough.
To the inside. Nice dish, and the layup goes down. Jovic has gotten 4 this quarter.
It's harder to thread those passes inside, but the reward is evident.
To the paint. Oh, got a piece of it. Here's Nurkic. Outside for Booker. Ooh, Booker from range. Pure.
1 this half, 2 for the game. Staying active from beyond the arc.
Butler taking his time here. Puts it up from 12. The Suns clear it.
He's got a nice feel for that crossover, but you still have to finish.
Bottoms. Another basket. He's now 6 for 7 in the contest.
This has been the story of the game, a battle fought on offense.
Yeah, but I think it's going to come down to who can get the stops down the stretch, because that's who's going to come away with this one.
Gordon against Butler. The shot comes out. Good work defensively by Gordon. Pass to Nurkic. Here's Bottoms. Nurkic high post. Basket counts.
He hasn't been quick enough to react to the ball inside. That's helped cause this run.
Now a timeout called by Miami.
Things just aren't going their way. He clearly wants to talk it over.
Good timeout if you ask me. They have the momentum, and coach wants to find a way to try and stop it.
Wright's checked in for Miami. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Eric Spoelstra said to the team. He told his guys to stay after it, to not get complacent and lazy with this lead. He wants them to keep adding to it. We'll see if they're able to do it, guys.
All right, Allie, thanks once again.
Scoring well this quarter, picking up steam as he goes.
Gordon outside. Pass to Bottoms, to the middle. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And it's the Heat with the ball. And so it's Butler who brings up the ball for Miami. 6-point lead. Double team on Butler. Here's Jovic. And a great assist by Butler as that one goes. Jovic has got 9 points here in the second half.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Jimmy Butler.
This is special. We are witnessing a legendary performance here tonight. He is like levels above everyone else on the floor. Something must have clicked for him in warm-ups tonight. He's just come out and he has run wild.
I'm telling you, the added pressure of the road really brings out the best in him. You can tell he enjoyed playing so well in front of an unfriendly crowd. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Nurkic. Suns on D. They trail by 9. Wright finds Adebayo.
Showing off the timing and awareness defensively. Better think twice before challenging Nurkic.
And that one's good by Durant.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, when you hustle on the break like he does, good things tend to happen.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Butler passes to Adebayo. Phoenix grabs the miss. Nurkic has got his 4th rebound in this one. Gordon outside. Pass to Bottoms. 19-footer. He hits the back iron and sinks it. And now just a 5-point Heat lead. Miami has gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Now Butler. Here's the 3. Butler from the corner.
Yeah, pretty dependable from the corner 3 spot. Butler only fires those threes he feels comfortable taking.
1:25 left in the game. Here's Booker. And another basket for Phoenix.
And Booker is made for these moments. What a big-time bucket.
Butler passes to Jovic. And the basket is good. And the Heat lead by 8.
He's good enough where it takes a lot to bother him at the rim like that.
Pass to Bottoms. Gordon on the wing. To the paint. Nurkic inside. Working on Adebayo. And out of bounds. The Heat will take it. Miami has gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc here in the 4th. Right, the pass to Adebayo. And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
You gotta blow the whistle when it's that obvious. Great call there by the official.
Here's Booker. Yes! He nails it!
And Booker just dominates in such an effortless fashion. The game comes naturally to him.
And he commits the intentional foul.
First team foul.
We've got 33 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. And an intentional foul right there. He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
For Miami. Jimmy.
And so both free throws good, and it's an 8-point ball game. Here's Booker.
I hate to say it, but I'm pretty sure we can close the book on this one.
Yeah, they fought as hard as they could. Just wasn't in the cards tonight.
Pass to Bottoms. Rebounded by Jovic.
He did everything in his power to make that a hard shot.
Excellent D, avoided fouling and got in perfect position to alter that shot.
And here's Wright. So it's Miami picking up the win.
That's the end
Boy,
of the game.
a nice win on the road. By the time this one was winding down, this building was stone cold silent.
And that's exactly what you got to do. You have to try to take the crowd out of it.
And that about wraps it up for our
Vote now. Which corner pass is built to last? Send in your best plays with
The Grizzlies sporting their best look and the starting group for the Grizzlies. In at the guard spots, Morant and Bain. Williams is out there with Jackson, and it's Jackson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Suns, They've got Gordon. Bottoms is out there with Nurkic. And it's Durant. And it's Booker in at the point guard position. At this stage of the year, Greg, underperforming teams start to get nervous, especially teams with playoff expectations.
And Kevin, we're approaching the second half of the season, right? And you don't want to be on the outside of the playoff picture after that. It's put up or shut up time for a few teams.
Head on a swivel, Nurkic kept surveying and found his guy.
Morant passes to Jackson. Let's go. Good, and a nice assist from Morant.
And an efficient start here offensively, working it inside for the easy two.
There's Bottoms, guarded by Jackson. Bottoms can't get it to go. Williams against KD. Williams. And it's sent back by KD. And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Durant. And now just over a minute played here in the first. Outside Williams. Passes to Morant. Back to Williams. 5 to shoot. Here's Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
That's a big-time move and a big-time finish.
Now here's Booker. With an average of around 19.5 points a game, his scoring has been a constant for them. Left side Williams, and Durant sends it back.
So smart defensively. KD in great position sent that one back.
On defense, the Suns. Williams looking over the floor. No good with the triple. Suns have gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far.
And over a decade in the NBA, you can say Eric Gordon has been much more than serviceable.
A old gritty vet at that 2-guard position who has been very consistent. You know he's going to get you double-digit points and play his tail off on the defensive end.
Here's Morant after the made shot from Bottoms.
He's kind of lost his way this period, having a hard time getting anything to go down.
And the basket by Gordon.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Now here's Morant. He's one of the better scorers in the league, averaging almost 25 points a game. Williams passes to Jackson. That's it, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
The D has to be more assertive with Jaren Jackson inside. Even with some contact, he's still able to score.
Bottoms can't get it to go.
That was excellent contest, preventing him from making something that's usually automatic.
And the dunk by Jackson.
Assisted by.
Putting that 7'4" wingspan to good use. Jaren Jackson with the easy catch and flush.
Here's Bottoms. Jaren Jackson making his last shot. A nice shot by Bottoms.
That's a nice read. The value of keeping your eyes up.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis.
Well, it's a players' league, but certainly coaching has its place.
Yeah, if that weren't the case, you wouldn't see so many coaching changes in the offseason.
So it's the Grizzlies now. Last time they met was in Memphis.
Yeah, a snowball effect in that one. One thing would go wrong, then another. Really the story of the game.
I was surprised they put up so little fight. That was not the team I expected to see that night.
Booker the pass to Bottoms. Here's Nurkic. No good. Shot missing. Some solid defense there from Jackson. And Morant's got the ball here for the Memphis Grizzlies. Bane kicks to Jackson. Unloads from 13. Jackson misses. Suns trailing. Here's the pass to Nurkic. Good ball movement here by the Suns. Pass to Bottoms. The Grizzlies pull it in. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
Well, when you're facing a team that's feeding off the crowd's energy, you have to bring your A game, and they didn't do that defensively.
It looked like there were communication breakdowns all night. Deadly, especially when you're on the road.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. They're moving up. Memphis leading by 5. So on the floor to begin things for Memphis here in the second quarter. Jackson is out there with Williams. Then there's John Morant. Then it's Jaren Jackson. And it's Kennard in the shooting guard. Hey, Smitty, when we take a look at the center position, what stands out to you most in terms of what's changed about that position over time?
Well, the center position right now is like a guard position. Most of these guys can initiate offense, they can shoot the three, and they can get it off the glass and bring it up and create offense with the dribble.
Now here's Durant. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Miami. Kennard, the pass to Jackson. Great D that time from Nurkic. Suns trail by 7. There's Bottoms. Morant with some nice D. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thanks, Kevin. Bottoms in that last game against the Heat was a man on a mission. He scored 14 points, and he was dialed in with his shooting. Very few misses out there. Showed up once again in what's becoming the norm for him of late. We'll see what he has in store tonight. Kevin?
Excellent, David. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
Jaren Jackson Jr.
That's what every player has control of, his level of activity. It allows you to impact the game even if the shot isn't falling.
Here's Booker. Jaren Jackson making his last shot. That one's good, and the Grizzly lead is cut back down to 7 after the points coming from Bottoms. For Memphis, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Up top, Morant, defended by Booker. And there's the drive, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And love how fearless Booker can be. Even the foul doesn't deter him from finishing off his business.
Here's Morant. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Lakers.
And he passed the ball so well in that game, keeping everybody in.
Man, did you see John Morant fly through the air on that play?
Awesome display of athleticism captured by our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Booker, no good.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And it's blocked. Gordon deciding where to go with it. Inside. That one's good, and the Grizzly lead is cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Durant.
Nice move. Boy, KD's length shows up everywhere.
Kennard, the pass to Jackson. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 4 rebounds now tonight. To the paint. Here's Gordon. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Now just a 2-point Grizzly lead.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Pass to Kennard. And there's the feed to Jackson. It's rebounded by Bottoms. The Suns have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. And he gets the bucket.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And here's Kennard. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Lakers. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And for the teams that were looking to draft Jaren.
So it's the Memphis Grizzlies.
That's the end of the first half with the score. Your Suns, 40. The Grizzlies, 46.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Guys, Ja Morant has been sensational.
And it's something that isn't his strength, but he's done a great job of finding the open man.
Yeah, in the first half, he took on the role of playmaker. I think it surprised the defense a little bit. Gave this offense a different dimension.
Booker out there with Gordon, and there's Bottoms, and it's Durant, and it's Nurkic in at the 5 down low. That's who's out there for Phoenix. That shot, no good. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Here's Morant. Rebound by the Suns. Here's Bottoms. Good. A nice assist from Booker. 10 points for Bottoms.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Booker against Morant. Passes it to Jackson. Fires for 3. And again, Memphis no good.
Ooh, they've come out ice cold to start this half. 3 misses and as many attempts.
Booker's shot is good.
Doing great things at the offensive end. 3 for 4 to start this half.
Here's Morant. Good D by Booker.
And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And you know, technically, it's a high percentage look, but this is why we play the game.
And then Morant slams it in.
One of those guys that can take over a game. Ja Morant proven to be the difference.
On our AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you just saw an explosive highlight.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Here's the thing. He's a guy who will go on hot streaks for you over a number of games.
Morant pushes to Jackson. For the lead, and Durant gets it to go. The assist by Booker. Durant's got the lead up to 2 now for the Suns.
You can see why he loves to play in transition. You give Durant a head of steam, there's no stopping him.
Jackson down low. He's guarded by Nurkic. Jackson misses.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
To the inside.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
The Suns have been exceptional shooting free throws tonight, going 9 for 9. Kennard, he's checked in for Memphis. Good on the second free throw. Timeout called the Grizzlies. Gotta like what Devin Booker is doing in this one.
And he's been taking it to the rack all game, and they haven't been able to contain him. They have to put up better fight on the inside.
The league's long-distance Bombers are setting their sights on the three-point contest this season. Here are some of the early favorites to make up the field.
And I love the way the voting is shaping up, Kevin. We'll have an excellent contest if these are the shooters who are firing away on All-Star Weekend.
You look at Bane. He's got a place in the three-point contest within his reach. I hope he makes it because I know how much this would mean to him to be a part of the event.
I mean, that's a good call, Kevin. He's the type of player that can really deliver on a stage like that. He'll be very dangerous if he ultimately gets in.
And as the votes keep pouring in, we'll keep you updated on any changes to that list. It looks like we're going to have quite a group.
Man, you talk about the ultimate marksman's list here, Kevin. Maybe this will be the year somebody gets that perfect score.
And there's the pass to Kennard. Inside, Jackson goes up and lays it nice and easy. Jackson's got it all tied up now for the Grizzlies.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
To the paint, here's Bottoms, takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Bottoms got 7 points for the quarter. The Grizzlies have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. To the middle, here's Jackson. Second chance effort, and that's 2 points on the layup. Jackson's got 11 points.
After a lackluster first half, he's taken charge offensively. We'll see how the defense responds.
Here's Bottoms, and that one is stuffed right through.
Selfless play by Durant, not trying to do everything by himself out there.
Kennard against Booker, and a wide open look for Payne. And again, it's Memphis with the three. Third quarter here, and 5 lead changes so far.
And guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
Phoenix calls timeout.
T-shirt time, everyone. Let's go.
Some changes for Phoenix. Green is checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. O'Neal comes in for Kevin Durant. And Chris Paul subbed in for Gordon. The Grizzlies also changing it up. Brandon Clark, he's checked in for Jackson. Santi Aldama comes in for Williams. And Marcus Smart is subbed in for Bain. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Jaren Jackson Jr. is a prolific shot blocker, but blocks aren't his goal. He said, I'm playing the game to not foul, but make it as hard as I can. And if I block it, then cool. Avoiding those whisks is key. John Morant says of Jackson, his defensive presence is big time for us. We're a totally different team with him out there on the floor. Kevin?
They are indeed. Hey, DA, thank you.
For a guy who's still working on his range, love to see Smart attacking on the interior.
Green in the post. Jackson on him. Kicks it out to Booker. Over Kennard. A nice shot by Booker. 15 points in the game.
And the execution has just been off defensively here in the second. Play after play, it's almost as if they're a step slow.
Jackson against Green. Jackson misses.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Near the three-point line, it's Booker. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
And after a first half in which their offense shot under 40%, they've got the lead, and they should count themselves to be lucky.
Clark, well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Clark's got his third basket of the night.
And so far, going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
Bottoms, the pass to Green. Here's Bottoms. Good. Great play by Green to set it up. Green's got 3 assists now in this one. Kennard with the ball. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game.
It's so hard to keep the defense honest when you miss wide open looks like that.
Here's Bottoms. It's Clark with the rebound. Smart deciding where to go with it. There's the lob to Jackson, and the dunk by Jackson.
And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. And the game still closely contested as we end the third quarter. The Suns on top.
64.
Now let's listen in to Frank Vogel's hope.
Poise and aggressiveness on the offensive end. Everything we do is being enforced on the offensive end.
Fans, turn up the volume. The fourth quarter starts now.
He's checked in for the Suns. So on the floor for Memphis. In at the guard spots, Morant and Bain. Jackson is out there with Williams. And it's Jackson in at the 5, roaming the paint. Morant passes to Jackson. Five on the clock. Nurkic with the block.
When Nurkic blocks shots, you feel it. An impactful defender.
And the dunk by Booker.
Just running it in their faces with that one.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And the defense knows he's relentless. You have to try and match that intensity.
Outside Williams. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. Here's Booker. Here's Bottoms. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Bottoms got 17 points here in the second half. Booker against Morant. He kicks to Jackson. Down low. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Nurkic. Bottoms can't get it to go.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
Morant against Booker. Outside Jackson. And Jackson throws it down hard.
I like that find by Jackson. Young bigs who can see the whole floor. You don't come across them that often.
To the paint, here's Bottoms. Nurkic trying to get open. Some solid defense there from Jackson. The Grizzlies trail by 10. Elbow shot is on the way. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Durant's got his 5th rebound in this one. Inside. Bottoms can't get it to go.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Williams passes to Jackson. The basket is good off the assist from Williams. Williams has got his 3rd assist on the night. To the inside. And the basket by Gordon.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
The reason why they stayed aggressive, and they have not let up this entire night. And at this point, I wouldn't expect them to.
Now a timeout called by Memphis.
Yeah, just looking to tighten up their defense in the paint. They've got to be better.
It's a matter of want to. Helping out, contesting shots. You have to want to make the effort.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
I was able to listen in on what Jamal Mosley was going over with his team. Now, his tone was pretty serious. He said, you guys need to prove you're in this. No one else can do it for you. Time to pour on the gas. See if that fire gets lit, guys.
Okay, David, thanks.
Tough to miss that man. Desmond Bane read the defense perfectly.
Here's Bottoms. Banked in off the glass. And that's now 29 points for Bottoms.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
Jackson deciding where to go with it. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Bottoms can't get it to go. Here's Bane. Rebound by the Suns. Nurkic has got his 8th rebound here tonight. A nice shot by Bottoms. Bottoms got the lead up to 12 now for Phoenix.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Now Morant. He scores his 6th bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
Gotta love Ja Morant's focus. Brushing off the defense with ease.
Nurkic. And finished off by Nurkic.
Pushing the action, getting others involved. He does it time and time again.
You know what it is? It's his creativity. That's making this engine run.
And then Morant rams it in.
Not one to shy away from physicality. Ja Morant just goes about his business.
Phoenix calls timeout. And now let's take a look at the New Balance Player of the Game, Devin Booker.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss just some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. It's tipped, and that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
This is called an effort play. Terrific hustle at the defensive end.
Here's Bottoms, and the rejection by Jackson. Gordon against Bain, over Gordon, and he can't bank that one in. Here's Bottoms. That's good, and it's KD with the assist. 33 points for Bottoms.
And loving the strategy. Even though you're well ahead, you want to stay in attack mode.
You want to stay aggressive, right at the rim, driving another nail into the coffin.
And when he gets in his head that he's going to get to the basket, very little you can do defensively. And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Suns.
Their inside game was what secured them the win tonight.
They had their way in the paint, and those are all high percentage shots, but the defense couldn't stop them from getting down low.
And so taking a look at their season record, this will be win number 31 on the year.
And their dominance continues, guys, as they sweep the season series 4 games to none.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Bottoms.
Throughout the night, he was their catalyst at the offensive end. Play after play was run through him with great success.
Offensive rebound, and terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
They gave the team tremendous energy tonight. The fans were fantastic. It was a true home court advantage.
A kick out to Bain. That 3 off the mark. And so it's KD with it. He brings up the ball for Phoenix. Back to Gordon. There's the triple. Grizzlies with the rebound. Outside, Smart. And so it's Phoenix easily grabbing this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in.
Said I ain't got no friends on my blood to me. Spill it in your ear, that's money. Hey, not my vibe. I'm getting money, yeah, I'm fine. If I call you bro, you better ride out. Just tell me what's the word and we gon' slide on, guys. Me and bros keep no sleep. Don't approach me if you ain't got no love for me. I ain't got no friends on my like blood to me. Treat my whole just like brothers. If I call you my brother, then we gon' ride. I love you forever, my guy for life. You know it's whatever, if you fight, I fight. Tell me what's the word and we gon' slide on, guys. Me and bros keep. Don't approach me if you ain't got no love for me. I ain't got no friends on my like blood to me. Forever, know me.
700,000 a phantom on a random. Buy the Birkin every time she throw a tantrum. My accountant on speed dial, I told her make the transfer. AI questions on cause I walk with all the answers. I pull up $1 million car, blue, blue, blue. I know some that slime, woo, woo, woo. Blueberry seats, perfect time, woo, woo, woo. The projects, always showing love for me, yeah. Whenever I'm in New York, me and Boogie like cousins. Gotta fire up a jet and take a trip out to London. My diamonds always hitting me in the Leante, always up to something. Diamonds or baguettes, girl, just tell me if I'm heavy. I came from the bottom, I came straight out of poverty. I had to look around and see who's with me and not with me. Trying to go and stake these billions on a long road. If I tell you I love you, that ain't a lie. Until I make a couple million, I can't go home. They won the championship, so I bought the two-tone. Bentley Coliseum, riding with the roof gone. I'm getting money, yeah, I'm fine. If I call you, bro, you better ride out. Just tell me what's the word and we gon' slide, slide, slide. Just me and my broski. Don't approach me if you ain't got no love for me. I ain't got no friends on my like blood to me. Treat my whole just like brothers. If I call you my brother, then we gon' ride. I love you forever, my guy for life. You know it's whatever, if you fight, I fight. Tell me what's the word and we gon' slide on, guys. Just me and my bros keep no sleep. Don't approach me if you ain't got no love for me. I ain't got no friends on my